This Boston police is dealing with a emotionally depressed person, saying the person is pretty violent, so we put all hands on deck for this one. Not too sure of all the details. They said that you know, they need some assistance down here. Not too sure exactly what's going on. The Boston Fire Department responding as well. Not too sure all the details, but they're working in there.
Do you have fire coming?
Ladder 4's on the way.
Ladder 4 just arrived.
They can access the rear.
Alright, just watch traffic stepping on each other. I'll let them know they can access the rear.
Yeah, they're here now. I'll grab them.
Okay.
There's something going on over there. The person's
Not a fire. Yeah.
an emotionally depressed person they're dealing with. Not too sure of all the details, but we'll check it out.
Dispatch the ambulance on the right from
Ladder 26, a medical assist, 75 Francis Street. Ladder 26, a medical assist.
Allegedly,
Roxbury.
hey, what's happening? You guys get the weird calls, huh? I don't know what's going on, man. Get a better vantage point from over here. See if I can give you a. Get an emotionally depressed person up there. Allegedly, he's trying to jump off the balcony, but we'll stand by on the side over here, give you guys a better view if we can. Back up right about the further you get back, the better you probably can see. Actually, looks like it's a female up there. They're gonna. Too bad they can't get the extended ladder up there.
Harry, do it.
So you got a person on the balcony.
We may have a MDT problem, but you should show us clear. Sorry, 431. 431.
A lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on in the city. You just got to pay attention to what it is and what's not.
I need a car to weigh in Broadway and another car down to Broadway Station. No traffic on West Broadway.
What's happening?
No traffic on West Broadway. Box 441, clear the yard.
I think they got the all out on Broadway. That was a structure fire, but it's all out. This is what people don't really see. There's a Boston Police and EMS and Fire Department have to respond to a lot of mostly depressed people. And some of them are pretty violent. This one's not too violent. A couple of months ago, Boston police had I don't know if it ever made the news, but Boston police on the same street had to grab a woman that was fully nude and pull her in from jumping off like the third floor window. I don't think it ever made the news though, but it was happening when a whole lot of other stuff was happening
When you
in the
have some
city.
time, can you go allowed to have one
And
spot for
I had a choice of either going to a
traffic
structure
outside
fire or
DC
going to that
tomorrow?
call. I ended up going to the structure
4343.
fire. But then they see a lot of this stuff out there.
Fox 914.
She looks like she's gonna go back inside peacefully. Probably gonna get her the right help that she needs.
Fire's breaking it down. They're gonna need a few minutes to clear everything out of here.
So once again, Boston Fire Department, Boston EMS, and police, working as a team, helping out. And I don't know what the state plans on doing about that, because it's widely spread. There's a lot of emotionally depressed people, whether it's in the school system, the workplace, just on the streets in general. There's a lot of emotionally depressed people, and it's different things that trigger it. Some of it's stress, some of it's a lot of events that take place in their lives. There's no two similar cases. Let's be a case-by-case scenario.
Bravo Tango 55.
Some of it's drugs, some of it's not drugs. It's a lot going on. There's no solution. There's no one solution for all. So the person's safely back inside the building.
Bravo 101.
And just a little while ago, as this call was coming through, it's like somebody got struck in the head at Target. No, was it Target or? Well, they ended up at Marshall's anyway. I'm not too sure what happened with that. But then the other day I heard that there was a bank robbery inside the Stop and Shop over there. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
2 steps coming up.
Get to see Boston Finest at their best there.
Might actually go to the left. Go right up over that.
She should have handed it straight over the car, like one guy on the other side of the car. Those ladders are pretty heavy too, though.
All companies returning 113. All companies returning 113.
So ladder 4 did their due diligence. And Boston police do have the best team, but the best team is kind of limited what they can do. The best team only can say whether the person is, stable or unstable. And sometimes they're stable just enough to be on the streets, but not stable enough to really cope with what's on the streets. So there's a lot going on out there. So they may take them to get evaluated. We're not sure. What's up, man?
Yeah, back it up.
Ladder 4 comes out of Dudley Station down there, right by Nubian Square, they call it. The thing that you don't realize too, if Boston Police gets 2 or 3 calls at the same time, ties up a lot of resources, and they have had 2 or 3 calls at the same time. So it's tough when you're trying to be safe about things, and it's almost as if you need like a on-site negotiator and mental health expert at the same time. This is Winthrop Street, by the way, if you guys are not too familiar with the street. Right off of Blue Hill Ave. That's Presby Place. Little side road that you probably never know about unless you had to get to it. It's another EM. One day I'll do a thing on Boston EMS too. They're so busy, like, you would never know how busy they are unless you listen to the radio. A friend of mine was saying, how did they say it? There was an ambulance it was a Boston EMS ambulance that was going down through a red light or something. It was like, they made a statement, they're just putting the light on just to get through the intersection. I said, I don't think so. I think they're going to a call. I said 9 times out of 10, we see an ambulance, especially in the city of Boston, with their lights and siren on. They're not just going through the intersection. They're either clearing a call, on the way to another call, or trying to rush the patient to the hospital to go to another call. So, I mean, very, very seldom, if any, are you going to see them just put the lights on just to go through an intersection. So when people say that, they really don't know what they're talking about. I'm not saying they don't do it, but if they do it, it's very, very, very seldom. So they're gonna the reason why I'm not walking all the way up there, I just want to try to give them their space too. Let them, they don't need no one crowding them like all the way down there in front of them. Let them deal with the issues at hand first, and they can go from there. So the person is going to peacefully go into the ambulance and get much needed treatment. And there's a lot of this going on in the school department as well. These kids are bringing box cutters, knives, butcher knives, cleavers, all kind of stuff to school, and it's sad that it's happening, but it is happening. I'm not too sure if he's trying to park or if he's just trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do. Not too sure what he's trying to do there. kind of knew he couldn't get down the street before he went down the street. Like that's a person that don't know how to drive. Like before you even went down the street, you realized you couldn't go down the street. To show you how old I am, when I used to work in the hospitals, we had to restrain a lot of patients, which were psych patients, and back then we used to use the leather restraints. I think they don't use those anymore. They use the soft restraints, but we call it the a 10-12, and we had a lot of violent patients we had to deal with, very, very violent.
To 21 Boylston, coming in for a B&E report there.
What they need to do, they need to have a special team. And they need a hospital team, a medical team for that. Once the police officers give it the all clear, they need a medical team to do that. They have well, I don't know if they do it out on the streets, but in the hospitals they do it. They have a special team that restrains patients. So Boston needs to set up a system where you have an ambulance, maybe a police car, and a team that responds to emotionally depressed people.
Delta 51.
Cause I can see where the how you call it, the breakup is. It's not an easy.
The Presby Street call. Be there in about 5 minutes.
And that's where the mayor needs to come and get involved. The mayor needs to assess the situation and get a medical team on board, along with some psychiatrists, and deal with that issue. I mean, that's a special team altogether. That's not even a police issue, to be honest with you. And once it's deemed safe, the team is supposed to take over from there.
I have it.
And that's what you need. You need people on the street to assess what's going on.
Bravo 907.
Take this back to City Hall, and you guys can digest it.
Back in the ambulance now, and we should be all set. Thank you, though.
You can digest it and dissect it whatever way you want to, but definitely document it.
Got it. Thank you. Yeah, because you're gonna have problems. I mean, imagine a adult or somebody that's out of control. Now, trust me, when you're restraining a person out of control, it takes about 5 to 6 people to hold a person down. Because they're not really willing to be restrained, so they're gonna use every muscle in their body to fight you. And trust me, I've been there and done it. Bravo 452.
Restrain a person, you gotta grab the limbs. You don't want to break the limbs. You don't want to try your best not to hurt them, even though they might hurt themselves. It's not easy.
We're in all gray.
That's why you need a special team to train. Like Boston Police is not really trained for that kind of stuff. Like they don't do restraints. They don't do that kind of stuff.
might need at least 2 officers in the rear of that ambulance just to go to the hospital with them. Like, bring them a woman's, or they're actually going to children, but children's will have someone that can meet them at the, they can have a team waiting for them as they pull into the ambulance bay. But they need some buffer zone in the streets. Like, they need a team to meet these guys in the streets to do it, to make it, more accessible. It'll cost taxpaying dollars, but they wasted taxpaying dollars already on so much other foolishness. Might as well spend it on the right resources. That person's having difficulties backing out of a simple spot. That's so everybody's safe. That's the most important thing. Everybody's safe.
Bravo 2-1. 2-1? My partner's behind that EMS. I'll be following.
Alright, so everybody's safe and sound. So that's a good turnout.
Boulevard at Washington Street, you're investigating 1820. Claudia's on a great
Sometimes the turnout could be more violent, depends on the person's capabilities. Alright, we're gonna head up out of here. Get you guys on the next call. Over here, Blue Hill Ave. Alright guys, get you on the next one.